Cris, you've got the Strikeforce, UFC, Invicta. Where are you going to put the Bellator belt? It doesn't look like you have room.
First, I want to say thank you guys for coming. I appreciate everyone here and take your time. You know, I always have a space for one more belt.
What?
Make a space.
You're obviously, you're not, this isn't your first fight, but it is in a new promotion. Is the feeling any different knowing you're fighting for someone new in the first time in a few years, or does it feel the same?
You know, I feel very happy that I have myself. I train really hard. And I think the first thing you go to your job happy, not have any problems with my just go work and enjoy a new chapter in my life now, my career, and enjoy the time now in Bellator.
In terms of just the way, promoting a fight and getting ready for a big fight is it any different for Bellator in terms of what they have you do, or is it more of the same that you're used to?
No, it's always you have to be professional, you have to be ready for doing interviews, ready for training, do media time, and I learned a lot with my last promotion, but this is just make me better fighter and better professional. The first thing I love my job. I love what I do. I love to see my fans. When I see my fans and they're really happy, I'm inspired then doing the best and then step I always say inspiration my fans. But this is I think step in the cage and the opportunity to share my faith with my fans. And this is always I would like to do. Show I've had struggles like then, but I go over there in the fight. And the same in normal life. This is I like to show my fans. No quit. Keep it going. If you lose or win, you have to keep it going. You work hard and wait for the next.
Now you've seen Julia back in the Strikeforce days as well. I mean, obviously you've been observing her, ever since, when she was through Invicta as well. She's grown as a fighter as well. What do you think about Julia as a challenger right now? As a person that you have to face the title right now?
I think she's a great fighter and she's a real 145 pounds. And she's champion a long time, undefeated 8 years. And I think it's going to be a great challenge for me.
And one last question. Just looking outside of MMA, you talk about boxing, maybe go back into boxing as well. Is that still something in the back of your mind?
I always like to challenge myself, and if I have the opportunity, I think it's the big thing, sign a deal with Bellator. It's something I can be able to do, boxing fight, I can do WWE, pro wrestling, anything, and it's got with me, behind me. And this is going to help promote the Bellator too. This is the good thing. If I love challenge, if there's opportunity to show up for me, for sure, I think every fight you learn something, every camp you learn something. I learned a lot in cut weight, make weight. You train smart too. I think every fight you learn something from your opponents, from your team behind you, and I think one thing I learned is make my weight easier. Be smart my trains. I think when you're young, I still train a lot. I have to cut a lot of things I do, but I have to pay people tell me, Cris, you need to rest today. You need to rest today, and because it's something I have to change me. But I think I learn more technical. I have to improve myself every time. If I don't have this, I have to stop fighting. I don't think I know everything. I think every time I step in the gym, I have something to learn, and I have to be humble for learn. And not a lot of people know this, but I think you have to do. Even if you champ a long time, I was champ a long time, I was always training like I was not a champion. I was always for the challenge. Thank you.
Jenna gonna be the Jenna Dunn Show with Dash Radio. Hi, Cris.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. You serve as such an inspiration to many people, both men and women. Who inspires you?
Jesus.
Jesus. So it's all religion. That's where you get your strength and force.
I think he showed, when I studied about him, he showed love. He don't judge you, he loves you. And I try to show my fans the same thing and change the hate for love. And I think this is the number one for me.
I love that. And what is your message to young women out there looking to get into combat sports?
Believe in your dream. Believe in your dream. I think a lot of people are gonna tell you you're not gonna get it, or gonna say, man, I think it's too much for you. But you have to believe yourself, and do your best. And if you do your best, if you do good things for people, for sure the blessing is gonna come back for you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, Cris. RC Samuel, Fanboy Nation. You've worked with Scott before in Strikeforce. That's where a lot of us were introduced to you. Did it feel like a family reunion going back and working with Scott at this point with Bellator? Because you've had that relationship with him prior.
I worked with him in the strike force. I stayed a long time, didn't see him. But then when I had the meet with him, it's still the same and very good to work with him. I think he's opened a lot of things in my career. When I fought Gian Carano, he's opened the door for the moments I made. And I think all the girls, most girls, I'm on 45 pounds in the Bellator now. They wait for me there. And then, I'm very happy. I'm going to have a struggle to wait to fight and work there. And work when the boss wants to work with you, it's very nice. When then promote the fighters, and I think it's great.
And you also started training young girls in mixed martial arts as well in self-defense. What do you tell young girls that are training with you or anywhere else to be proactive in their training and to defend themselves, be proactive instead of reactive?
The first thing when I'm doing, I have the camp Pink Belt Fitness. I have next one, Valentine's Day. I think the one thing I nice about Pink Belt Fitness, I tell them the truth. I tell them how I start MMA. It's no easy. I was not born champion. I was not born in no kick. I was not born like this. I had to learn everything. And a lot of struggles, like just guys training in the gym. I have only me, the girls. Sometimes I cry, go home. It's hard. And now the women's MMA growing a lot, but before it's very hard. And to just tell them how it's hard for me, but I don't quit. How's hard for me is still going hard for me, but I still going. And I think it's the main thing, everything in life, because a lot of things now, you see a lot of kids have struggles and they don't want to quit, they don't want to continue. And I think when you have a big platform, you have to show them they can do that. Okay, you're going to cry sometimes, but you can do that. You cannot quit. I think it's the main thing I like to show in the Pink Belt Fitness camp. Welcome.
Hey, Cris, you have a lot of knockouts. How does it feel to knock someone out?
I think the first thing I'm happy for all the hard work you did. Just thinking, now done, this one done. And just thank for all my team behind me, and thank God first. And I think it feels like you did your job, you finished.
Now, you made a lot of history, but this week Claressa Shields made history. 3-division champion in 10 fights. You commented and everybody was reposting you. What did you think of her fight?
Great fight. I was like Claressa. She's like we call sister each other, and she's a great fighter. She's a great fighter. She's contacting me, Cris, I want to do MMA. She's excited about this, and I'm excited to see her fight you.
Would you train her in MMA? Would you help her?
I told her we can help each other. Yes, it's very different. I think it's in a little while, but it's for sure I'm open for her help her.
My last question, any message to your opponent if she's watching?
See you January 25th. I hope you train very hard and do a great fight, the best fight night together.
Thank you.
Cris, there was talks about you fighting Cecilia Brækhus about a year or so ago. I think there was even T-shirts made about that. If you do cross over into boxing, do you have your sights set on an opponent? Was there someone that you would like to fight first, or do you have a dream fight coming up?
At the beginning, I talk to her manager and then say maybe probably can make this fight happen. I never choose my opponent. And if you'll be ready and Cecilia would like to fight, it's going to be a pleasure to fight her. She's undefeated a long time. And it's going to be for sure a big challenge for me. I'm going to like her on 6 months training and, man, ready to go.
Another thing, in those sparring sessions you had with Claressa Shields, do you feel that you learned anything new, or did it change your outlook as far as boxing or how to apply boxing into mixed martial arts?
No, of course you learn it. Everything is different. It's different. Like stand different, MMA. Claressa is ridiculous fast. She's fast, and you did a nice sparring together, and I learned a lot about this. Very different, the MMA. You have to work with different things for fight boxing, for sure.
Josh Gross with The Athletic. Hey, Cris. How would you describe 2019? What was that year like for you?
2019, a lot of change. A lot of changes. And one thing is sometimes bad things happen for good things. And the good things I signed for Bellator, and I'm really happy. Work happy, train happy. The only struggles I have when my cat pee in my couch. This camp. That's it. Or when my pig eat my plants. That's it. I just focus my training every day. Happy with my team. And that's it. It's ready to go.
So do you expect to remind people how dominant you are? Do people think, oh, you're not the same fighter after Amanda Nunes, and maybe you struggle with Felicia? Is this a chance to remind people of your dominance?
I know. I think Felicia, I did a great fight. Great fight with a good grapple, and I think a great fight. And after one loss is very difficult. You have to work really hard and a lot of things behind you. Even if your boss against you, try to damage your brand during the fight, during the camp. But you know, I never think about prove anything. You know, I think I prove everything every time in the gym. Train every day, and everything I do inside the gym, I'm gonna do inside the cage. And I don't think I have to prove anything. Doing my best, and then leave always God's hands the victory.
Holy Chi, let me note down. Hi, Cyborg. You said you're looking to make history. How important is this fourth title for your history? How important is this for your legacy, and how would you weigh this fourth Bellator title?
You know, I always like to do the challenge, like challenge and like to make the difference. You know, the first thing, make my division at UFC. Now we're gonna have the opportunity to have the fight for the title, Bellator. You know, get the fourth belt. It's gonna be a big thing for me. You know, I think it's for my legacy, and I know it's a belt is no everything in your life, but I think it's very good for making a legacy, and I'm doing my best January 25th.
Hey Chris, Rob Ayala from Lyposium. Congratulations on your historic signing at Bellator.
Thank you.
Recently, you've done some humanitarian work with Justin Wren for, what is it, the Fight of the Forgotten. You plan on doing any more of that recently?
You know, I think I was open for doing missionary work. I think every fight I have on plan for help. I think it's not just, I like to be the people champion's life. Not just champion the cage. And I think you call me a world champion, you have to make difference. You know, I think it's big responsibility. And every fight I like to do something nice, and for sure I would like to do. But I'm working for this year, 2020, for putting water wells in Brazil. Have a lot of people in the north struggles, and I'm working on this. I don't have date yet, but I work with people doing this, that, and probably, but I'm open for work to just run too. Thank you.
Hey Chris, I know you have this pep in your step. You really definitely look like you're in great shape. I know you've done a lot with the stem cell therapy. How has that helped you prepare for this fight? And what do you think that other fighters should take notes from what you've done over the last couple months, over the last year to really prepare? And has it helped you?
You know, I have the opportunity to go to putting stem cells. I have a lot of injuries and during this 15 years, but I started playing sports when I was 12 years old. And every camp I have some problems in my wrist, I have a problem in my ankle, my knee. And in this camp I don't have any struggle. I don't have any problem. It's a miracle. I don't have any problems, and I train very good. And I think make the difference because you train with no pain. I think it's amazing. You know, it's amazing. You have to be thankful every day. And I think as fighters, if you have some injury, if you don't continue fighting, I think it's great training with a pain. You know, if you have the opportunity to go to stand cells, it's good. Thank you.
Just follow up on the idea of keeping a challenger's mindset. You said you did that throughout your championship career. You always felt like you weren't the champion, or you trained like you were the challenger, but you actually are the challenger in this fight. So how has that altered your mindset heading into this contest?
All my life I'm the challenge. Yeah, I put always my mind. You know, for me, the belt I hold is always a symbol. But for me, I was the challenge. And I just go over there, do what I love to do, do what I train, and doing my best. And I was, like I say, I did God's hands and, do my best and do what I love.
Did nothing to ramp you up feeling like I have something to prove in this fight? There was no difference for you?
Of course, I'm going to fight for the title, and Julie, long time champion. And I think it's a big challenge for me, she's a long time, but I'm excited for being new promoter, work for Scott and be the fourth belt of my career. The difference organization is big motivate for me.
You have fought your way through many promotions, collecting belts. What is it like starting at a new promotion, going straight into a title fight career?
For me, I feel blessed. I feel blessed to have the opportunity to fight straight for the title, and I just have to do my best. This is the opportunity. I think it's coming one time, all the time, and just happy for having this opportunity.
Anybody else?
If you win the Bellator title and you beat Julia Budd, are you planning to defend? And stay in Bellator, or what will your plans be if you win the Bellator title, you win your fourth title?
Now my Fox first, Julia, but if I have the opportunity, I think one dream I had is make a Grand Prix. And I think GP, being Bellator, I think Scott open for that. Make more than one fight a night. And I think it's going to be like a Japan event. And then from shooter box, and I have a lot of fighters over there do that. I think this is going to be a dream. One dream coming true for me.
So you think Scott Coker is going to do a Grand Prix and do something in Japan?
I don't know, but I have to wait the next. I'm going to ask him. I think if he's given the opportunity, for sure I would like to do. Nice.
Cris, have you spoke with Shields after her historic win, becoming the fastest fighter to win titles in 3 divisions?
No, I just say congratulations to her. I was Fox for my camp, but for sure after my fight you're gonna contact. Maybe she'd come to my fight. I don't know.
Since the fight is in LA, will Halle Berry make it to this fight?
I'm not sure. Maybe she's gonna be there. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate everyone. I'm really happy and see you January 25th.